Hey guys, so I tried to do this with my tablet, but it won't let me. It just slows down and then overheats and then the app crashes. So I guess it's out of the question. I can only do 180, I was gonna ask you the question of what would look better when I do reaction videos. Um, my tablet is able to do 1920 by 1280, whereas my desktop only supports 1920 by 1080. So I guess I can't. I guess the question is basically rhetorical. The only way I can do this sufficiently without the app crashing, because it works better, like it's just if I pause for too long, then for some reason the app crashes and when I try to start the video back up, it'll crash and stop recording. It won't even try to start up sometimes. So, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the tablet. I don't know why it still won't work for me. But anyway, let's get into this. Here we go. We're at 1.5. Sorry, I'm just turning off the NVDA sound. We're at 1.5 because I can't even with her. Here we go.
Studies show that if you keep a food diary 6 days a week compared to someone that keeps a food diary 1 day a week, you will lose twice as much weight as the person that only does 1 day a week.
Right, because that's how we all do it in nature, isn't it? That's exactly how we do it in nature, isn't it? We keep food diaries, peoples. We keep food diaries, and we track everything. And the only way we can lose weight is if we don't keep a diary, but track our food. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like.
Is that not incredible? I track my food daily using the FitnessPal app. I'm on the Galveston
Yeah,
diet.
because that's how we do it in nature. We always track our food. You see, I actually witnessed a deer on a YouTube video that after he finished eating, he drew a little mark in the dirt, and I think that meant that it was telling him, okay, I ate this today. I gotta not eat any more of that because that's gonna bump up my fat storage, and I don't want that right now.
That means I am eating for optimal health for someone in perimenopause and on in their age. So we're talking usually anywhere from someone 40 on up. I am still perimenopausal at 53 years old.
Honey, you should not be having symptoms. If that's what you mean, you should not be having symptoms 13 years later. I really don't think you should be having symptoms, and you should be getting bioidentical hormones anyways. I would think, at least. Dr. Barry knows more about this than I do, because he actually cares about health. Galveston doesn't sound like she's very professional.
And am loving this diet. I have lost 12 pounds. My first 8 pounds I lost in 6 weeks.
You could have lost that 8 pounds in a week if you started keto. Just saying.
Was so thrilled, that has not happened to me in a long time, by following her macro counting in the Refuel Refocus.
You are not macro, if you were macro counting, honey bun, you would actually go keto. And you'd do high fat, because fat is for hormones.
And also,
hello.
So following an inflammatory diet. It has changed my...
You mean anti-inflammatory or actually inflammatory? Because I think you actually meant inflammatory, because that's what all this food is.
My life. My family is now on it and loving it too.
Girl, I have to have you at 1.5, and you're talking about the speed I talk right now.
End of this episode, I'm going to show you an amazing hack that you are going to love to make quick soups at home for you.
An amazing hack? What's the amazing hack to make quick soups?
Your friends and family. And remember, make a double batch. That's the best way to be.
All you have to do is fry up some ground beef, done in 10 minutes. Bam! Just eat that fatty ground beef with some salt.
Meal prep. Always make double batches. So let's get going and see what I'm eating for my first meal of the day. Okay. Just got done with my swim and steam room and then an hour of yoga.
And how long does all that take? Why do we need to do all this? Why? Why do we need to do all of this? You're getting older And the body is starting to break down with how little protein you eat during the day, bioavailable that is, such very little bioavailable protein you eat in a matter of a day, you are not going to be able to rebuild yourself. There's no point doing that crap. You should be resting and recuperating. You barely take in any protein that you can actually use, girl.
So it's, I don't know, 10:30, and I'm headed to Walmart. Hurricane is coming, so I've got to get hurricane supplies.
Look, with you on 1.5, you talk about the speed my friend from North Carolina speaks right now. That is how fast you talk at 1.5. Slower than that, you sound more like you've had too much like edibles, like weed edibles, mixed with fentanyl. I don't know, you're just way too slow, girl. You gotta get that fat up and get your brain going so you can talk faster.
And I knew I didn't have time. It's early, so
I really don't think this is a state thing. I think this is a low-fat thing.
I didn't have time to like make some yogurt up and fruit and blah, 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 blah. So I don't want to be judged on my first meal of the day, okay? Let's just have this caveat out there. I am an 80%er. Now, probably 15 years ago, I was a 110%er.
Well, that's how you should be with keto. You should be 150,000%er for keto. Meat heavy, by the way. Your body will do a complete 180. You'll be like, holy crap. Holy crap. This got better that I didn't even know I had. Like, I've had things get better that I didn't even realize I had. Like, I feel like, I don't know, just, I think there was just a genuine happiness, like, overall. Like, I'm just always wanting to do something or something socially, and I'm always like, or even if it is just alone in my thoughts, like, I'm more happy doing it. Like, even if I do get myself into kind of a depression state, like, I can get myself back out, and I'm back like before, because I didn't realize, I guess, that I always tried before, but it was never always effective. It's a lot more effective now than it was then. And I didn't really realize that. I didn't really take note of that. It is harder sometimes to get out of it, but it is still possible. Before, nothing could pull me out. Nothing. I only had one incident happen with that, like, earlier this year, and that was because my boyfriend misinterpreted me, and we had a misunderstanding, and I was like, oh crap, like, and I really thought that he didn't want to continue things with me, and that, I don't know, like, I don't know what, yeah. After I just started my new relationship with him, by the way, I know him, I've known him for 2 years, so, yeah, I've known him before I started the relationship, so we're good, people. I met him personally. Maybe, if he's interested, if we get a chance to, start a life together in our near future. Maybe for PM. Sorry. If you're Canadian, you know what I meant. But if we ever get to start a life together and we get a house together and stuff like that, maybe you'll get to hear him in the background. Maybe you'll hear him say something, and maybe he might not be interested in doing videos, because, I'm not even trying to get him to go keto, but I think he's willing to experiment when the time is ready, when he's ready for that. So I'm definitely going to help him with that.
But because I struggle with chronic pain, I have fibromyalgia and issues.
You would not have these issues either if you went keto. How do I know? Dr. Barry has plenty of testimonies that talk about it, and he himself has seen it before in his own patients that he practices with. You would not have fibromyalgia. If at all, you wouldn't have it nearly as bad. Like, you would not have it nearly as bad. It would be starting to go away. You'd be feeling so much relief. Okay? Does fibromyalgia make you talk slow too? Curious.
My 110 or 20% of brain was causing me a lot of pain because I pushed myself too hard and it was legalistic and thought I had to be perfect at everything. So I am happy with being a B plus student, guys, okay? So that being said, when it comes to a diet and that, I am not balls to the wall.
You should be with keto. You should be, because A, you don't have to track, except total carbs, and you should be eating real food, vegetables, maybe a little bit of berries, like above ground vegetables. I should also say, above ground. All right, you should eat above ground veggies, a little tiny bit, like maybe an eighth of your plate, then a little bit of fruit, then like berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, maybe a tiny little cup of that. Then your meat. Everything else should be meat and cheese and eggs.
I do Galveston diet 80 to 90% of the time, and today I'm having, oh, it's turned around. I'm having a chocolate protein shake. I think it has 1 gram sugar, 30 grams of protein.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't recommend this even to anybody else. I would not even recommend this to my freaking worst enemy. Like, no, you should not be drinking that. Ever. Ever. I tried 1 sip. I could not finish. This was a chocolate. I don't know who made this particular protein powder. I tried 1 sip. And I was like, this is disgusting. Gosh. Yuck. No, thank you.
These help me. It is hard to get in 110 grams of protein.
You'd get it in a second. You'd get it in like that if you just ate meat and eggs. Just have an omelet, for Pete's sake. Meat, eggs, and cheese.
But that's what she suggests for my body type. So there you go.
Body types are bullcrap. Yes, we're all built differently, but we should be all eating the same diet. Doesn't matter what body type you are. Yes, I'm a specific type of body type too. Guess what? I should still be eating animal-based. It's been proven through the experimentation I've done. Everybody, even, like, you don't see deer eating completely different diet from one another. You don't see one deer eating grass and another being like, I gotta only eat fruit because if I don't, my stomach rebels and I just poop everything. I gotta only eat fruit. No, you don't see deer doing that. They're all eating grass. They're all eating grass. Come on.
So cheers to breaking my fast. First meal of the day on what I eat in a day on the Galveston diet. Again, cheers. Are these the best?
No. If they're really that good, that's how you know they're actually bad for you.
I get these at Costco. I find them much better than the Orgain brand. And yeah, they've got some vitamins in there as well. 160 calories.
Yeah, because calories matter more than actual nutrition.
2 carbs, 3 grams of fat, and
2 carbs? Net carbs or total carbs? Don't believe you for a second.
And lots of chemical vitamins in it. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I can,
Ugh. You must have no zinc in your system. Otherwise, you'd taste that crap and you'd be like, oh, never again. Ugh, blah, blah, blah.
Make it up somewhere else. So do not judge me. Judgment-free zone.
You would never eat it if you actually had the ability to taste. Like, I'm not even kidding you.
Hey guys, one of the ways that you can support me is giving me a thumbs up.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, here is my lunch. We've got cleaning out the fridge, half a black bean burger with cheese.
You need to never eat black beans again. Never. You should be only eating ground beef, cheese, eggs, and water. You only eat chicken. That is way too much omega-6. It's probably not even real chicken. It's probably just like the skinless, boneless, fatless.
And we got a broccoli salad here that has like onion, broccoli, and then the dressing is the slaw dressing you can buy at the store, but I made mine with mayo, vinegar, salt, pepper, and a little sugar. And then those blueberries are about to go, so
yeah, canola oil, bad, 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 bad.
I'm trying to eat those up. And then I got my chicken here, which is about
most mayo has canola in it. Bad, bad, bad.
4 ounces.
And only 4 ounces of chicken, people. 4 ounces. Oh, hiccups. 4 ounces of chicken. Perfect. Perfectly healthy.
And I'm going to put some whole grain mustard with my chicken, kind of to juice it up a bit.
Whole grain mustard? What? What does that mean? Bits in the mustard? Blech. I'd never eat that. Blech.
So that is lunch today. It's going to be super tasty. See, there's my mustard. Yummy, yummy. Okay, I'm starting my soup with this 2 of these. So that's 2 pounds of ground chicken. Now, do notice it has a 1% solution of vinegar and rosemary extract. So it doesn't this brand doesn't have the chemicals. They don't inject it with the chemicals.
I can't believe people still believe this crap. I don't believe that crap. Get it from the butcher, you'll definitely know for sure that they don't inject it.
So I'm going to add that into...
You can watch it right in front of you. At least the ones I've been to, you can.
My onions and get that all fried up. We're going to salt and pepper this. One thing I'm not adding that you should if you were using store-bought bouillon.
Apparently she's not grossed out by certain things that vegans might be. So she could, I'm sure she could go to the butcher and actually watch them grind it up and put it through. She would not even have to, she can just watch it. She can just watch it happen. And then she'll know for a fact it won't be injected with chemicals, assuming that they still do that bull crap. I heard about that. I don't know. I honestly don't really believe that they inject it. I don't know. I don't think they do that anymore. They would have to put it in the packaging otherwise.
Not bouillon. Stock is time. I made a stock, and I have 4 cups here because I cook a lot of chicken because I feed my dog real food. I cook his food. Yeah. She's a lucky gal. Anyway.
I don't know about... I've heard that dogs don't do well with chicken. I don't know what it is, but my friend, if they feed her dog chicken, her dog gets allergies up the yin-yang.
Anyway, so I make lots of stocks because of that. So my stock is already big.
Do you give the dog the bones, like decently sized bones, so that they don't like splinter? Do you give him the good bones, like, or him, it? Don't know yet.
Very rich with bay leaf and thyme.
Oh yeah, she.
But you can add bay leaf and thyme right into your store-bought.
Do you give her the bones? Like, dogs. But dogs need fat too. They don't need nearly as much, but they need fat. Bay leaf, girl. I don't know, man.
Stock as you cook it.
Just add salt and it would taste perfect.
And remember, make a double batch. When you're cooking, this is the best way to meal prep for during the week. For lunches, an extra meal to put in the freezer, make extra. There's only 2 of us, and I am making 2 pounds of ground chicken to go into the soup. This is a secret weapon.
When she said only 2 of us, did she mean her and her dog? I mean, yeah, if your dog is small, 2 pounds would probably be enough, but I've heard of people eating 1.5 pounds a day or 2 pounds, even 3 pounds of meat, and that's ground beef with fat. Come on, like you need way more meat than what you eat. This is ridiculous.
For anyone wanting to learn to cook soups but doesn't have the time to do all the chopping. Pick Sweet has one vegetables for soup and
honey, get a vegetable chopper. My mom has one.
Vegetables for stew. I find them at Walmart. I can't find them at my Publix, my normal grocery store. That's the neighborhood grocery store. They have tomatoes, potatoes, carrots, peas, and corn in here.
She had whole grain mustard along with her friggin' burger at lunch. That's a lot of grain right there. And then she's having corn, and later she puts in barley, guys. Holy crap. You are asking for trouble.
I don't think this one has okra. Oh, it has green
corn and barley together, people.
beans. I think the stew one has okra and some other things, but this is invaluable in your soup making when it's quick. Now I'm going to be adding Napa cabbage in here and also some extra carrot, but this is great. And because it has some starchy vegetables, it is 9 grams of net carbs for 3/4 cup.
Yeah, what about the total carbs, honey? You would be you'd be literally on the floor, passed out cold if you knew how many carbs was in there. If somebody told you right up.
Which is fine. So let's put this in. Our meat is done. And here is our broth. It's 4 cups. I'll probably add a little more. We'll see. I'm going to put some little tomato sauce in there too. And I'm keeping my...
Okay, she's talking quickly now, probably because she's high on some of the sugar she had a while ago.
What is it called? The Jewish folks call that schmaltz on top, the chicken fat. For all my Jewish friends, gotta love your chicken fat. Oh, that was fun. You can tell all the collagen is in there with all that gelatinous.
Yeah, but you need fat too. You need mostly fat, by the way. That's bone marrow, by the way. It's bone marrow. That's what that is. That's what makes it like that. It's not collagen. It's bone marrow, which is like a fat. Now, if you were to keep the tendons in there and stuff like that, then yeah, you'd be getting collagen.
Goodness, sorry my vegan friends, you're probably grossed out, right? You can also use vegetable stock. In goes a can of tomatoes. You can use fresh. And I'm just gonna put in like a dollop or 2 of tomato sauce because I like kind of a tomato base. I'm gonna get that all stirred in. I'm not gonna put my cabbage in yet because I have Napa cabbage and I don't want it to just like cook down and turn into nothing where you can't see it. So I'm just gonna let this cook for like 30 minutes with the lid on, and then I'll put my cabbage in. Here's a tip for you. Pre-cook, this is another meal prep idea. Pre-cook your barley or whatever grain you have for the week you're gonna choose, and just keep it in a container like this. We're gonna have it in the soup. I'm not gonna put it in the soup to cook because it's already cooked. It'll just go in after, but you can sprinkle it on salads, make tabbouleh with it, put it in with your cottage cheese. There's so many things you can do with this great whole grain barley.
So yeah, corn and barley, people. Yeah. Yum.
Okay, been 30 minutes. It's looking
That must feel so good on the stomach, right?
good. I'm gonna turn it way low. Just let it
With no fat in there to at least somewhat neutralize it.
sit. I'm gonna give it a try, see if I need salt, pepper. Now would be your time. If you think, oh, it's a little boring, what am I gonna do? You can add a little chili powder in there. You could even add a little bit of taco soup packet. I've been able to find some good organic ones. Now would be a time if you need to add some better than bouillon, like you don't feel like it has enough chicken flavor, your stock was bland. Some better than bouillon would be good in here, which is the soup stock base.
What is better than bouillon? Does that mean it's like either like does bouillon even really have animal product in it? What does that mean?
That would be awesome too. Now you can choose not
I don't use bouillon, so.
to add in the cabbage, but I'm adding in the cabbage. I forgot to add in carrots or celery. I like putting celery in this too. There's a little in that, I believe, but I would have wanted more celery. So I'm going to put a stalk of celery in here, and well, it's not going to get done. It already has a celery flavor because there was so much celery in the stock I made, so I'm not going to put celery in it this time, but I am putting my cabbage in. But if you choose not to, that's okay. Look at this beautiful soup. Now,
I would not eat that because there's just too much. I feel like this would be more like a chowder than a soup. I mean, sure, she didn't use cream, but like just too much. Like a chowder has way too much vegetables and starch, like so much that you don't even taste the liquids.
I made it a little earlier, so after I put the cabbage in, I had it on super low for about half hour, 45 minutes, and then it's also in a cast iron. I turned it off, and it's been sitting for 2 hours, and it's still cooking at a really low temperature, but just look at how beautiful that is. Thanks so much.
That's it. Oh. Well, guys, can you believe people think this is healthy in 2024 after all that's come out about eating low fat? There are dietitians that endorse eating fat because of hormones. She really doesn't eat fat. Wow. I had to have her on 1.5, as you noticed. It's insane. I just, menopause. 13 years, still struggling with it. Yeah, go keto. Go keto, you're gonna feel so much better. Trust me. Trust me. Look, I went keto and I've got the energy of, oh, it's thundering outside. I hear a little bit of rumble, rumble. Yeah, so I have the energy back that I did at like, what, 10 or 11 years old? Like before I got really sick and then like lost it all. Like I got some kind of virus before I even knew what was wrong with me. There was some weird change going on and I started having a lot more panic attacks as that time went on. Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear thunder. So anyways, guys, I'm going to quit. I'm going to unplug. I'm going to turn things off just in case it gets really close. We don't usually get that, but just in case. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.